Hello, in this video, join me as we continue to read the book The Cashflow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, video number 89. And in this one, he's saying, take baby steps. Please join me. Hello, welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. If you are returning, I appreciate you very much, especially if you participate on Friday, you come answer questions from this book. And for those of you who are new, come join us on Friday. Let me first share what else I do here. My name is Sherifa, Nakalema, business owner in Virginia, USA, and I'm here daily. Monday, I do YouTube tips, my videos about YouTube tips. Tuesday, Wednesday, money tips, business tips. Thursday, I drive around or interview someone. I'm in Virginia, USA, so I show you some places. Then on Friday, that's the one when you have to come back. Please come back. I'm live. We cover questions from this book. I also give out some money, so that's just to make it fun. So Friday is the live. We discuss success habits, and then we also answer questions from this book, from the videos we watch for that week. And then Saturday is money. It's a serious topic. We do affiliate marketing. That's earning money online. Sunday, motivation. We get motivated to come to start our week with some motivation. But also I added these days, I just show up. When I call it, you can do it. I call it, you can do it. We motivate you. Then another one, I started with saying, what are you grateful for? So those, I just show up at a weird time. Well, sometimes you're just waking up, I show up. So those are not scheduled, I just show up. Okay, if any of that sounds interesting, please consider subscribing to this channel. And also clicking on the bell so that you get notified as these things are happening, especially those ones that just show up. Now, today in fact, before that, I have to remind you, we have the Cashflow Quadrant. This book is called the Cashflow Quadrant. And because of that, there's a quadrant, actually. Let me show it. And this quadrant, according to Robert, he learned this from his rich dad, that we earn money from 4 quadrants. It could be in 1 or 2 or 3. The rich ones, they could be maybe in 3. Maybe they're not in the first one. The first one on the left, the E is employees. You're an employee, you earn money like that, get a paycheck. Or you're an S, self-employed or small business owner. Then on the right, we have the large business owner. A B is different from S. From a self-employed is different from a business owner, because a business owner can go for a week, not be in their business, and the business keeps running. When you get there, you know you are in the B. So B, and then a business owner, and the I, those are investors. So the book is about discussing all those 4 and what's going on. And Robert is encouraging us to try our best to cross from the E, S to right, B-I. That's what this whole journey is all about. That's why I'm reading this book. And today, I think before I start reading, I'm going to do 2 things. Number one, I have to show you how you get this book. The audio, the description, in the description, you find a link to Amazon Audible. It's free, 1 month. But you have to search for the book when you get there. You put in Cashflow Quadrant, and then you sign up to get it free. In 1 month, you can finish it. Then if you want to buy the real physical book, still the description, find the link. It takes you to Amazon.com to this book. That one will link directly to the book. And then for those of you who just want to watch all these videos, I'm on 8 and 9, starting from number 1. Link in the pinned comment, also in the description, end screen. As you look around this video, you'll find everything I'm talking about. Now, because whenever I start a new section in this book, this is part 3. Part 3 of the book, I have to remind you who Robert Kiyosaki is. And some of you just found me reading this book, so you didn't get to see the beginning where I introduced him. But whenever I finish a big section, I go back and talk about Robert. So this is the day, and I made the reading short because I knew I was going to talk about Robert a little bit. So Robert Kiyosaki, he's an American, by the way. He's an entrepreneur, an educator, and an investor. But you know what? Today I said, let me read something from here. When they say about the author of the book, So you get to see who really is. Because I already mentioned he's an entrepreneur, educator, investor. But let's see something here a little bit, then I'll read the book. Just so you know who is saying these things, okay? They say about the author, but I'm not going to read all of it. Don't worry, I'm just picking out a few things. Best known as the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, the number one, which this book, the number one the number one personal finance book of all time, Robert Kiyosaki has challenged and changed the way tens of millions of people around the world think about money. He's an entrepreneur, educator, investor who believes the world needs more entrepreneurs who will create jobs. With perspectives on money and investing that often contradict conventional wisdom, Robert has earned an international reputation for straight talk, reverence, and courage, and has become a passionate and outspoken advocate for financial education. The other thing I'm going to mention is that Robert and Kim is his wife, Robert and Kim Kiyosaki are founders of the Cashflow, the Rich Dad Company, a financial education company, and creators of the Cashflow games. You know, this, I think I keep mentioning that I may bring the Cashflow game here. I figure out how to put in the videos. Maybe after I finish this, I'll figure out how we learn from that game. Because I played and I know it's good. I did a video about it. So Robert Kiyosaki, they continue. I skipped some there. Robert has been called, he's a visionary who has a gift for simplifying complex concepts, ideas related to money, investing, finance, and economics, and has shared his personal journey to financial freedom in ways that resonate with audiences of all ages and backgrounds. Then he's the author, he's the author of 19 books, including the international blockbuster, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm going to stop there reading about him, but it's a whole page about him. I said, I never read this page. Let me read it so you know who this person is. Now, we're going to reading for the day. I know some people say your intros are too long. It's necessary because some of you hear Robert Kiyosaki, but you know what I just told you a little bit about him. Okay, now time to read for today. It's going to be short. Just right here. I made it short. So part 3 of this book. This is, he says, part 3, he calls it, How to Become Successful, a Successful B and I. That's like the major section headline he put over here. How to become a successful B and I, meaning business owner and investor. And he says chapter 10. Now we started chapter 10 and called it Take Baby Steps. I'm about to read. He has a little heading. He says another one. After the Take Baby Steps, he has a smaller headline. He says, you've got to walk before you can run. Now he starts writing. Most of us have heard the saying, a journey over 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Instead, I would say, a journey over 1,000 miles begins with a baby step. He calls it a baby step. The other one calls it a single step. I emphasize this because I've seen too many people attempt to take a great leap forward instead of starting with baby steps. We have all seen people who are completely out of shape and suddenly decide to lose 20 pounds. They begin a crash diet, go to the gym for 2 hours, and then jog 10 miles. This lasts maybe a week. They lose a few pounds, and then the pain, boredom, and hunger begins to wear away at their willpower and determination. By the 3rd week, their old habits of overeating, avoiding exercise, and watching television are back in control. Instead of taking a great leap forward, I strongly recommend taking a baby step forward. Long-term financial success is not measured by how big your stride is, but by the number of steps, the number of years, and the direction in which you are moving. That's the formula for success or failure in any endeavor. When it comes to money, I've seen too many people, myself included, attempt to do too much with too little and then crash and burn. It's hard to take a baby step forward when you first need a ladder to get yourself out of the financial hole you have dug for yourself. Now here's another heading, but I'm ending a long paragraph here. That's where the video will end after I finish this. How do you eat an elephant? That's a subheading. This section of the book, he's talking about the whole section we are starting, describes 7 steps to guide you on your path to the right side of the cash flow quadrant. With the help of my rich dad, I have worked and acted on these steps since I was 9 years old, and I'll continue to follow them for as long as I live. For some people, the steps may seem overwhelming, and they will be if you try to do them all in 1 week. So please begin with baby steps. We have all heard the saying, Rome was not built in a day. The saying I use whenever I find myself feeling overwhelmed by how much I have to learn is, how do you eat an elephant? The answer is 1 bite at a time. And that is how I recommend you proceed if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed by how much you may have to learn in order to make the journey from the E and S side to the B and I side of the cash flow quadrant. Please be kind to yourself and realize that the transition is more than just a mental one. It involves emotional learning. After you take the baby steps for 6 months to a year, you are ready to move on to walking and then to running. You are going to walk before you can run. This is the path I recommend. If this is the path I recommend. If you don't like this path, then you can do what millions of other people do who want to get rich quickly. The fast and easy way, which is to buy a lottery ticket. Who knows? It might be your lucky day. Okay, that's where it stops with that. That's where I'll end video number 89. We'll continue. This is serious stuff now. So if you didn't watch, if you found me in the middle of this book, maybe you need to go back. Although I recommend even sponsor people to read this one first. That would be the right thing to do. Because if you have the knowledge from the Rich Dad Poor Dad, then this is easy. He's just building it up or to get you to taking action. Okay? So my takeaway for this one, all I will say is take the step. Remember my motto always, I say, take a step, the better you, take the step. But then be consistent. Because there are people who get excited, they take the step. Like when I say read this book or watch the videos, you could say watch number 1, number 2. You could even say I'm going to watch all of them. I'll not stop. You watch, but then you get tired, like he said. So you can say I watch 2 videos a day of this book, or I watch whatever I choose to do. Be consistent. Be consistent. Put it on a calendar. Put it on a time when you'll be able to remember. If you could say maybe morning, or maybe every Sunday morning, or every Sunday evening, or at this time of the day, and make it like consistent at that time. Don't just jump around it. If you make it a habit, it's easy. When you make it a habit, like that, that's what you do. These are the kind of things you can watch when you're doing something else. You can be even cooking, like the way we cook over here. You cook and the video's on. I'm reading. And you are watching, you are listening. Yeah, the brain is there. The brain is working. You don't have to take real notes, like writing. Just listen. Just listen to be good enough. Okay? That's my message today. Leave a comment. Will you take the baby step? Which baby step do you need to take now? Okay, we are watching these videos, but what are you doing in your life? Keep taking, even deciding that you're going to do this is a step. You know what? I'm going to leave, not to leave, actually. I don't encourage you to leave your job. Don't leave your job. You're going to be the job, but you start to figure out how the exit. You could say, I'm going to work here for maybe the next 3 years. And by that time, I want to figure out how to start my own business. Slowly. Online is easier. So I find myself talking about this online even when I didn't plan. I didn't. But come learn online. If you learn affiliate marketing slowly, you can build what Robert is talking about. Yes, it's very, very possible. Add them a comment, like the video, share the video. Like I always end them, I say, take very good care of yourself. Take very good care of your families. Take very good care of your health. Take a step to a better you. Bye-bye.